So hey guys, welcome back to another video. So இந்த வீடியோ சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு பாட்காஸ்ட் தான் ட்ரேடர் மிக்ஸ்ன்றவர் கூட பண்ணியிருக்கேன். பட் அன்ஃபார்ச்சுனேட்லி இந்த வீடியோவில் அவரோட ஃபேஸ் பிளராக இருக்கும். ஸோ யாரும் எதுவும் தப்பாக நினச்சிக்காதீங்க. ஏன்ற ரீசன் பிகாஸ் இஸ் அ ரெஜிஸ்டர்ட் நர்ஸ். ஸோ இஸ் அ ரெஜிஸ்டர்ட் நர்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்லும் போது விச் அகைன் இட் இஸ் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் அ கவர்மெண்ட் ஜாப். ஸோ அங்கே அந்த பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கவங்களோட ஃபேஸ் வெளியே தெரியக்கூடாதுன்னு சொன்னோம். ஸோ அதனால அவரோட ப்ரைவசியை ரெஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணி, பிகாஸ் நம்மளுக்குன்னு பாட்காஸ்ட் வந்தவருக்கு நம்மளால எதுவும் இஷ்யூ ஆயிடக்கூடாது. ஈவன் தோ நம்ம ஒரு குட்டி கம்யூனிட்டி குட்டிஸ் சேனல்னாலுமே இன்கேஸ் இன்கேஸ் ஏதாவது அவரோட ஃபேஸ் வெளில லீக் ஆச்சு ட்விட்டர்ல அப்படின்ற பட்சத்தில் அவர் வேலை செய்யற எம்ப்ளாயீஸோ இல்லை வேலை செய்யற கம்பெனியோ யாராவது பார்த்தாங்கன்னா அதனால அவருக்கு ஜாப்க்கு இஷ்யூ வரும். ஸோ அந்த ஒரு ரீசனுக்காக அவரோட ஃபேஸ் பிளர் பண்ணியிருப்பேன். பட் நீங்க நினைக்கிற மாதிரி ரொம்ப பிளர்ரியா இருக்காது. யூ கேன் சி லைக் நீங்க பாக்குறத விட அவரோட ஃபேஸை பார்த்து நீங்க எதுவுமே பண்ண போறது கிடையாது. த வேர்ட்ஸ் தட் ஹி இஸ் ஸ்போக்கிங் அதுதான் நமக்கு இங்க மெயின். அவர் சொல்ல வார்த்தைகள் தான் இங்க நமக்கு மெயின். ஸோ அதை மட்டும் கேட்டுக்கோங்க. அண்ட் அடுத்தடுத்த பாட்காஸ்ட்ல நான் இன்னும் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ண பார்க்குறேன். இதுதான் என்னோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பாட்காஸ்ட். ஸோ உங்களோட குறைகள் நிறைகள் இல்லை நான் ஏதாவது மிஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பேன். இதில் எங்களால் நிறைய பேச முடியல, ஏன்னா ஆல்ரெடி அதுவே ஒரு 1 hour ஆயிடுச்சு. ஸோ வி பிளான் டு டூ ஒன் மோர் பாட்காஸ்ட். அதுக்கு முதல்ல இந்த பாட்காஸ்ட் எப்படி ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் ஆகுதுன்றதை வச்சுதான் அடுத்த பாட்காஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம்னு எப்படி பண்றது இல்லை பண்ணலாமா வேணாமான்றதே நான் யோசிக்கணும். ஸோ ஐ ஹோப் யூ கைஸ் என்ஜாய் திஸ் பாட்காஸ்ட். ஸோ இது ஒரு டிஸ்க்ளைமரை நான் கொடுக்கணும்னு விருப்பப்பட்டேன். அண்ட் உங்களோட தாட்ஸை கீழே கமெண்ட்ல ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க மறக்காம. இட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி 1 hour பாட்காஸ்ட். ஸோ நான் அதே சொல்லிட்டு எதுவுமே கட் பண்ணல, அன்கட் வெர்ஷன் தான். அண்ட் என்னோட ஃபேஸுமே இதில் ஒழுங்கா உங்களுக்கு கிளியரா தெரியாது, ஏன்னா நான் கீழே வச்சுட்டேன். ஸோ இதுதான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம்ன்றதுனால அது எப்படி செட் பண்ணுன்றதே ஃபர்காட். அப்புறம் தான் லேட்டர் ஐ காட் டு நோ பை அ ஃப்ரெண்ட் லைக் சைட் பை சைடு வச்சு பண்ணேன் நெக்ஸ்ட் பாட்காஸ்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருந்தோம். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் பாட்காஸ்ட்ல இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். அண்ட் யா ஐ ஹோப் யூ கைஸ் வில் ஃபைண்ட் சம் வேல்யூ இன் திஸ் பாட்காஸ்ட். ஸோ நீங்க என்ன வேல்யூ கத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்றதை கீழே கமெண்ட்ல போட்டீங்கன்னா அது மிச்சுக்கு பார்க்கும்போது ஹி வுட் பி ஹாப்பி. ட்ரை டு புட் இட் இன் இங்கிலீஷ், ஓகே, பிகாஸ் தென் ஒன்லி ஹி கேன் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட். அதே மாதிரி இந்த பாட்காஸ்ட் இங்கிலீஷ்ல தான் இருக்க போது. அதுவும் நீங்க நினைக்கிற மாதிரி ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான இங்கிலீஷ்லாம் இருக்காது. இட் வில் பி லைக் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டபிள் இங்கிலீஷ் தான். என்னால முடிந்த அளவுக்கு நான் முட்டு கொடுத்து இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசியிருக்கேன். ஸோ டோன்ட் ஃபர்கெட், நீங்க இந்த வீடியோல இருந்து என்ன கத்துக்கிறீங்களோ ப்ளீஸ் ஜஸ்ட் லீவ் தட் இன் அ கமெண்ட். பிகாஸ் அப்பதான் அவர் பார்க்கும்போது ஹி வுட் ஃபீல் ஹாப்பி. ஓகே, நம்மளால யாராவது 1-2 பேருக்கு ஏதோ யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருந்திருக்குன்னு. ஸோ அப்பதான் நாங்க அடுத்த பாட்காஸ்ட் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ யா, thank you for watching this video and I will see you guys on நாளைக்கு லைவ் இருக்கும் சாட்டர்டே, விச் இஸ் கோன் பி ட்ரேட் பிரேக் டவுன். ஸோ மறக்காம வந்துருங்க. பிகாஸ் நாளைக்கு நான் இந்த வாரம் நிறைய ட்ரேட்ஸ் எடுத்திருந்தேன். ஸோ அது எல்லாமே நான் டீட்டெயில்டாக ப்ரீஃபாக லைவ்ல எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண போகிறேன். அண்ட் இந்த லைவ் இஸ் கோன் பி ஃபார் 2 hours. ஸோ 6 to 8 இருக்கும் லைவ். ஸோ டேக் யூ நோட்ஸ் அண்ட் கம் டு லைவ். நம்ம இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணலாம் குரூப்பாக. யாருக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்கோ வாங்க, இல்லாதவங்க வராதிங்க. ஸோ யா, தேங்க்யூ கைஸ். ஸோ அவ்வளோதான், இந்த வீடியோ பார்த்து என்ஜாய் பண்ணுங்க. See you guys in Saturday live. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, so thank you for joining us.
No worries, man.
Yeah, so can you tell me a bit more about yourself before we proceed?
I'll tell you a little bit about me, Magesh. So I'm Trader Nurse. I'm Mitch. I started Trader Nurse probably like a couple of years ago, but I've been sort of investing and trading pretty much my whole life.
Okay.
Investment wise, I started when I was really, really young.
Okay.
And just kind of grew into it with my family. But trading wise, I only got into it about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I've only sort of probably in the last year really started to have some success.
Okay.
After loads and loads of failure. But I tell this story every time someone asks me about trading, and it's kind of like every other story that a trader starts, right? As beginner's luck.
Yeah.
I bought this stock in the Australian Stock Exchange.
Okay.
This micro cap company. I won't name the company, but just for a safety reasons. And I bought this micro cap, and I made a hell of a lot of money from it the first time I bought the micro cap.
Okay.
And I thought that I was invincible and that I could do anything and that I could trade anything that I wanted to. And the market beat my ass and took all my money.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I've got into trading pretty much probably 4 or 5 years ago, and it's really grown into it now with quarterly theory and days mentorship last year,
Okay.
and I've met a lot of new people, and kind of just started my page on X, just got a bit of bit of traction now, but I've been trading ICT and quarterly theory just for a number of years now.
Okay. So you've been in trading for five years, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, about 5 years.
When did this click then?
When did it click?
Yeah.
I think it kind of clicked last year with quarterly theory,
Okay.
and especially in the second half of the last year where I found my own model, which is London One.
I don't know.
Last year I got about 10k in total last financial year in payouts.
Okay.
I have receipts for all you fuckers who don't think it's true. But to me that's just like it's really not. That's really not that impressive to me. I've still got bigger goals and all that sort of stuff. And but yeah, man, I think it really clicked last year, especially in the second half of the year into the spring in Australia, into I suppose the winter into America, the later half of
So you're saying
Q3,
after Q3?
Q4. Yeah, after Q3, late Q3, Q4, really into that back end towards the Christmas period is when it um, I got my payouts and all started to click with London One, and I've kind of developed this model through quarterly theory in London, and predominantly only really trade London because of the time difference here in Australia,
Okay.
which is really difficult for Australian traders in particular because the time's moving every quarter really because daylight savings here and daylight savings in New York, and
Yeah.
this is the best time of year to trade New York because New York's 11:30 at night. That's the earliest
Okay.
it gets throughout the entire year.
So the
Um,
9:30 open is 11:30 p.m. there.
yeah, the 9:30 opens 11:30 p.m. So
Okay.
if you're a night owl, it's good for you
Yeah.
guys. But when you're doing shift work as well, like I'm still a part-time nurse in emergency. When you're doing shift work and stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of your times change or when
You
you
can't
trade and
really sit
stuff.
at the
But
chats.
no, I fall asleep, man. I fall asleep.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay. So where did you learn training? Like where from? Like if for us, like for us people Indians, we got to know about trading from Instagram reels, like the Lambos, the whatnots.
mm,
So like that, how did you got into trading? Like what made you to
um,
choose trading?
the first person that ever got me interested in trading was a guy named Ten Bagger, Ten
Okay.
Bagger Stocks, and he's a Canadian guy who makes a bucketload of money from stocks. And
Okay.
I'll show you. I'll share the link with you later on. He's actually
Yeah.
really really good, and he's still really really good. But he's pretty famous for shorting Tesla at all time highs and making like a couple million.
Okay.
And then and then about 4 or 5 weeks later, he lost about 3 or 4 million trying to short Tesla again in some
Okay.
puts. But basically, I got into trading through him. Really, I did his course, and I used trend lines, and I
Yeah.
used moving
RSI.
averages and RSI and MACD
Yeah.
oscillators and all that sort of shit. And that's kind of how I fell into that realm of trading, and I've never really left ever since that
And
happened.
then
And then
here we are.
through that, I found ICT, studied ICT for a couple of years, and then obviously through ICT, I found Day and was part of Day mentorship. So that's kind of how it all started, man. But I'm very very grateful for Day and for ICT for showing me the way.
Yeah, without them we are
Yeah.
nothing.
Without them, we are definitely nothing. Definitely nothing, man. But really, it was ten bagger
Yeah.
stocks who got me into
So he
trading.
was your
So really,
inspiration.
he was my inspiration, dude. He was he was, and I'm still in his public Discord to this day, or his
Okay.
private Discord. I'm a lifetime member of his Discord, and he
Okay. So
still
you're still
posts a
in
lot
touch
of
with them.
yeah. I'm still in the chat. I don't ever go onto it, but
Okay.
yeah, dude. That's that's me.
Yeah.
That's how it all first started.
Yeah. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So are you a full-time trader? So you said that you're not a full-time trader, right?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say I'm a full time trader because I still have a job.
Okay.
So I'd say I'm a part time trader until I
Okay.
I would say until I don't have a job anymore. That's when I would say that I'm a full-time trader, but certainly I've been able to reduce my hours and make a bit more income in trading and reduce my hours at work. So I'd say I'm part-time in both at the moment, but
Okay.
I would say I work full-time hours trading in terms of charts and discords and posting on X and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But it doesn't feel like a job to me. It's
So this is the topic that I want to cover. Okay, so people from India, we are from Indians. Okay, so we have this mentality where like the foreigners, the US peoples will show us that the jobs are only waste. It is a 9 to 5 is not for us. We need to do business. We need to do business. So people in India started to getting adapted to those things. Like trading is the only way to make money. So how do you see
mm.
that? Like, are you saying that trading is only job to make money, or else you are suggesting that you need to have some backup before getting into trading?
I mean, it depends who you ask, but I certainly feel like it's certainly beneficial to have a job behind you while you figure this trading thing out. I think
Mm.
it's for me like if I'm a much better risk manager than I used to be, but
Okay.
I always had a job that would give me regular income no matter what trade that I took. So, but I think certainly in my point of view, it's much easier having a job behind you while you start your trading career, just so you don't have that stress of constantly needing income based
Yeah.
on your trades. I feel like that's a lot less stressful in your trades.
Yeah.
So I don't know many other Australian traders, to be honest. There's not a
Okay.
lot of them around, especially on X. They're hard to come by, but uh, I don't think there's that mentality in Australia. I don't think there's a lot of big traders in Australia, certainly
Yeah.
that I've met. But I would think that having a job behind you is a good thing. But I don't know what it's like in India. But
No, so the people here in India think that okay, when we are having a job, they think that they can't trade. So as soon as they heard about trading and get to know about trading, once they step in into the industry, like once they are starting out the trading, they
mm,
immediately how we call in trading there is a term called beginners like, right? Your first payout. So
mm,
once they made their first payout, they are quitting their jobs immediately.
yeah, yeah,
So they are going full. They are going all in. If I
yeah,
ask someone why are you choosing trading as a full time, because they're saying I want Lambo, I want big houses, I want big money.
yeah. I think that's a real fake reality, dude.
Yeah,
And
that's not the reality.
I think you find that out. I think you find that out pretty quick when you start
Yeah,
losing your ass.
yeah,
I think you find that out pretty quick. But certainly, yeah, certainly I would find that stressful if I was relying solely on my trading income. But I still like my other job, so to me, it's a good balance because
yeah,
I can still get out and see people and be with the medical team and be with all my staff and stuff. So it's still a nice outlet to have all that. I think trading can be a pretty lonely career if you let it.
yeah,
But yeah, man, I would recommend for people if they're starting out anyway, not to when they get their first pair. I wouldn't quit. You want to at the time. At the time you
yeah.
want to, but it's certainly you can certainly get caught into that trap.
Yeah, so for me, I will suggest to have a job which will sustain your monthly income. Like your monthly basis will be covered by the job. It is a
Mm,
security. Like on every month, with or without, you will get the money. But
that's
on
right. Yeah.
trading, that's not a guarantee, right? So sometimes we make money, sometimes we lose money, and sometimes we will be in the losing streak. At that time, what will happen? How we like manage the family?
Mm,
So
yeah.
people won't understand those things. They are not thinking about the consequences. What if these things go wrong?
Mm,
What if I'm not getting a trade for over a month?
yeah.
How will I sustain my family?
Yeah. And that happens, right? There's better months than others, especially like
Yeah,
August. August for London one isn't typically really that good. Like in my back testing of
yeah,
over 5 years, like August typically really isn't that good of a month.
yeah,
And that's just like, and that's for New York as well, right? That's like it's typically not a really good month to trade, and that happens.
yeah.
But I think in terms of India, I think what's the time there for you? Like 12 o'clock or something?
Right now it's 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. So like
So
if you were to
London
work.
starts at 11:30 here.
Yeah, so if you're working a 9 to 5, you miss London, but you can probably trade
NY.
NY.
Yeah,
which
we
I
can
would
tell.
prefer. Like
Yeah,
I would prefer that sometimes because I think London particularly is a lot harder for scalping, in my
yeah,
opinion. I think New York is much better for being on a 1 minute chart.
yeah. 9:30 open is more than enough.
It's more than enough. But yeah, man, yeah, it's very interesting you should bring all that up because uh, I think you need to have a regular income to be good at this to begin with.
Yeah. So when having a regular income, we don't feel the stress to make money every day. Like
That's right.
they won't be a stress at all. We can
Mm,
like we need to treat trading as a part time, not as a full time. Like solely depend on trading.
yeah,
Trading is like an hobby for me.
yeah,
Really, because
totally. Yeah.
outside trading, I have two sources of income which will sustain my family.
Mm,
So I don't need the feel or pressure to make money every day.
yeah, that's right. That's right. And I don't feel that pressure either. But like, I feel like as soon as you start to feel any of that sort of pressure, you start to make bad trades.
Yeah,
And certainly, that's that's been the case for a lot of other traders. But,
yeah.
yeah,
So just to let you know, guys, he is the part-time nurse also. So he's not a full-time trader. He's also a nurse
nah,
also.
not a full-time trader. I want to be, hopefully one day.
Yeah, one day.
I don't think I ever will, just because from a purely social aspect, I think
Yeah,
I'd lose all my friends. You
yeah.
know,
When
I'd lose
going
all my friends.
full-time, like we don't have any social life outside of trading,
No social life, no social life. But yeah,
and I
man,
hate it. And I really hate it without having any social life. Like I need to speak with mans, man, not chats.
that's right. You're not wrong. Not wrong,
Yeah.
buddy.
Like it is like a solely like if they how will I say? It's like a lonely game. Like it can get pretty darker and pretty nasty
Hmm,
when you're too much into charts and you lose yourself at the beginning
that's right.
stages. You need
Yeah,
someone.
and I think that's where a lot of where your partner comes in. Being able to be honest with how you feel in your charts and be
Yeah,
honest when you take shit trades.
yeah,
My partner always knows when I take shit trades. She
yeah.
knows
They can see it
because
in our face itself.
because she
Hi.
that's because that's who I was talking to before.
Yeah,
When we're
Judith.
on stream, the little dog. But
Hello.
I think yeah, I think that's where it's really important for your partner to come in and knowing that she knows straight away when I take a shit trade
Yeah,
and when I do something outside of my model or anything like that. She always knows
yeah. It
because I'm
can
always
it
kick, I'm always kicking myself not because I lost money but because I went outside the model
outside my model.
and when I go outside my times that I trade when I go outside my model I fucking deserve it. I
Yeah,
deserve it. I deserve to lose.
yeah.
But yeah,
So what will you advise like so you're 28 or 29, right?
29, yeah,
29.
30
So
next
what
year.
what advice would you give to a 20-year-old of yourself who is just getting into trading? Like what are like the pointers?
Uh, the number one thing I would say, man, is just back test, back test, back test, and don't even bother. Like you don't rush. You don't have to pass a funded account straight away. You can trade on a demo account. I think the biggest mistake I made when I first started out was that I used real money,
Okay.
and because I didn't find ICT till about later on in my sort of 2 3 years in, where he preaches about using a demo account in his 2022 mentorship.
Yeah.
Um, that's where I really found ICT. But I think the biggest advice I would think is there's no rush, and especially if you're 20, get a job, build a bank for yourself, just learn this shit on a demo account. Watch countless videos, trade demo with people. I think you can. There's definitely a right way to do this stuff, and I think learning risk management to begin with a demo account is the best thing that I would think to do if I've just started out again.
Okay.
If I just started out again, I would just trade a demo.
Okay. So how do you see the data? Like there are some traders who don't have any data and all. So how much important is data for you? The market data.
You mean in terms of what do you
The
mean,
model,
Yamesh?
the backtesting, the data. Like we used to have like on Monday there will be this percentage of the Monday should form the low of the week or high of the week. That the candles will form at this time.
Yeah, I think combining. data and probabilities with quarterly theory. I'm not going to go into too much of what
Yeah,
that
no, I'm
is.
not gonna. I'm not gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, because I'll give away all the chockies.
Yeah,
But combining data and backtesting, like I went through to find none on one. I went through 5 years of data between 2020 to now, essentially, and I looked at the exact same time between midnight and like New York
yeah,
0600, and I knew that ICT's silver bullet hour was between 3 o'clock to
three
4 o'clock,
to three to.
and I wanted to find a signature and price between at least 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock where something would happen all the time with
Yeah,
quarterly theory, and it wouldn't happen every day, but it'd happen most days. And that's what I found with London One between 3 o'clock and 0500
five
that
o'clock.
there would be a PSP or
Yeah,
some form of sequential S&P that would form at that particular time, which allowed me to enter and take 2 or 3 hour or take the Asia high or low or anything like that.
and then you
Um,
will be out.
and then I just went through a whole bunch of data on that and
Uh,
collected it and just started trading it.
yeah, because people don't understand the power of data really.
Mm.
Like they
I
don't know
think
how to collect data. They are too lazy to collect data. In fact, really.
I think it's too lazy because data collection is very, very boring. It's very
Yeah,
monotonous. Like I got sick of seeing the same thing happen all the time when I was back testing. Like I'm like, but it's very important. It's like even now I'm still collecting data, even though that I don't want to, because building back
building that
testing and
confidence.
building the reps in
Yeah,
your, it's like going to the gym. You need to build your reps and get
yeah,
stronger. Like the same principle applies. And I find even when I stop back testing for maybe a week or two that maybe I can get a bit lazy in my thought analysis and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's terribly important, especially in the beginning, to find something that repeats and just look at it over and over again, why it fails, why it doesn't work, when you lose, especially those things. I think being very honest when you backtest is very good because, now when I backtest, I ask myself honestly, would I have taken that trade?
yeah,
And if the answer is yes, well then it's like why would I have taken that, and why did I lose on that? So I
yeah.
think it's very important to be honest when you are backtesting. Like, would you have taken the trade or not?
Would you take the same trade over 100 times?
Yeah,
If yes, just click the button. If no, no.
yeah. If not, then not, then yeah, you shouldn't have any business.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Mitch, like I want to ask you one more thing. Okay. So
Yeah, sure, brother.
yeah. So let's say for example, I posted a story on my Instagram and one of my follower asked me a question. So let's say for example, how you manage your tilt days?
How would I manage my what? Sorry, bro.
Tilt.
Tilt.
Yeah. Like
Um,
taking revenge trades or bad trades or losing money or
yeah.
blowing accounts.
Honestly, bro, I
How are
haven't
you
I
handling
haven't
that?
tilted for a long time, but how would I handle my tilt?
Yeah.
It's pretty. I
This is
think
the
for
question that
me,
I'm asking you, your
yeah.
younger self, not now, the younger self.
Oh, the younger self.
Yeah,
um, if how would I handle tilt back then?
yeah.
I would have bought a bunch more funded accounts and tilted it the exact same.
No,
I
no.
would have tilted multiple times.
No, I'm asking you how you recovered from that mentality, like
How did I
going
recover from
tilt
that
and
mentality?
blowing accounts to constantly keeping it consistency.
I think the best advice I would give myself if I to go on tilt again, which hasn't happened for a long time, is just immediately turn off everything. Turn off
Oh,
delete trading view from your phone, delete trading view from your laptop,
yeah,
delete everything and just take a break. Just take the rest of the week off or take a couple of days off. Just no charts because no charts are going to fix that.
yeah.
Like no charts are going to fix your emotions. You need to just get away from the charts and go exercise, go have a drink with your friends or something, and do
Yeah,
something
just go
completely
out,
outside of charts. Because
touch grass.
like no amount of back testing is going to fix your tilt. Like there's a reason you tilt, and that's because you did something
It's
stupid and want to get it back straight away.
Yeah. So I consider the back testing to refine your model and the forward testing to refine your psychology.
That's right.
I treat this way. So back
Yeah.
testing is to see whether my model is working or not, and forward testing is to see how I am working, like
Mm,
how my mind is working, how I'm handling the emotion, how I'm handling the loss, how I'm handling the profits. So I
mm.
treat them both as different ways.
Yeah, because when my backtesting, my London one model is like it has about a 75 to 80% win rate, but like that doesn't account for human emotions.
Yeah,
Doesn't account for like getting it wrong. That doesn't account for like something mechanical that happens all the time when you're backtesting. You can see it all the time, and you can see like you can see yourself taking that win every time, but it doesn't account for forward testing and
yeah,
how you perceive the markets on any given day,
yeah.
like and how you you know how stuff like can affect you from your day to day. Sometimes I'll have like a really stressful shift at work and I'll come home of an afternoon and I might think that it doesn't affect me, but
But
it has.
it,
It
it
has.
really affects us.
Yeah, yeah. So I think yeah, it's a really good question. And it's a really good point with the forward testings for psychology. Yeah.
Because nothing beats the psychology. It's just as you versus you.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir. It is.
people think that that you versus the market, but in reality it's not the market, it's you versus you.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
So this is the question that I want to ask you. How
Yep.
many accounts have you blown till now? Before
Have I
hitting the
blown?
first payout. Before hitting the first payout, how many accounts have you blown?
Oh man,
This is the
dude,
gray area.
dude, I've like at least 50 to 100 at least.
So everything is the futures.
Everything on the futures.
Okay, nothing on forex
Yeah,
side.
nothing on forex. I don't trade
CFDs.
any forex. I don't trade any CFDs. I think
Okay.
eventually I will. But like yeah, man, I've blown like before I got payouts, man, and like I had beginner's luck. Like I had
Yeah.
beginner's luck. I got funded like in my first couple tries, and then I
Okay.
blew that account. Like,
Okay.
but it took me a while to get my first payout, and when it did,
Oh.
it's really nice. But before that, I failed so many times. Like I can't even tell you how many times I
So you
failed.
lost track of it.
Ah, man, I lost thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
thousands of dollars worth of funded accounts. You know,
Demo money.
demo money. Thousands. I've spent thousands of dollars before that. You know.
So in my community, okay, so in my community, so people are treating a 5K account as their life depends on it. So
Mm.
what advice would you give them?
I'd say make sure make sure your life doesn't depend on it. Find a
Yeah,
job.
that's what I'm
Find a
also
job.
saying. Like the people who are new to trading, like 1 year or 6 months into trading, so they know all the concepts. As I said, back testing is for refining your model, but that doesn't count for the forward testing, like the real market. So market will be in real time data. It will treat you differently.
Yeah.
So your backtesting won't suffice or count for the real time data. But the
Mm.
people are thinking, but people in my community, in my community particularly, so they are trading forex only. So like 80% of the people in my community are trading forex, like the EU, gold, GBP, and all. So rest of the 20% are trading futures account. So I'm not going to get into the futures part as of now. But when it comes to forex trading, so the in India the people can literally easily afford only a 5K account. So it costs like 4,000 rupees here, like when you convert the dollar value, it is 4,000 here. So a
Yeah.
5K account. So
Yeah.
the people are purchasing a 5K account and treating it as their life depends on it, and they are stucking in the 5K account for more than 8 to 6 months or now. So what advice would you give them?
I'd say if you can't pass a 5K account on a demo, then you should have no business trading a
Yeah,
funded
trading a
account, like
fund account.
trading a account where your life depends on it. I think if you are trading that way, you will make mistakes because your psychology will mess you up in your trading because you feel like every loss is gonna it's loss every loss you're gonna feel a lot more than you would usually because you
Yeah,
feel like your account and your life depends on it. But I think Trader Kane made a really good point in one of his recent videos, and that
yes.
was, you know, a lot of people buy multiple, demos and stuff for multiple accounts, and he said no one has any business trading multiple accounts when you can't even trade one. I think and I think that resonates with me a lot because in the very beginning I would buy multiple accounts and I'd be trying to pass multiple accounts because I'd be seeing on Twitter at the time and Facebook and stuff people passing all these accounts, getting all these payouts, thinking, I can do that too. But in reality, like no one really cares. Like no one really
Yeah,
cares about you anyway. So you may as well just try and pass one or just pass a demo and then start from there. Because I think what I did in the beginning was really try and rush the process, really try and rush things, and
yeah,
that's where I went wrong. And ultimately, it took me longer than it probably should have
yeah.
because I
Because
rushed it in the
people
beginning.
people in my community also, they are rushing the progress. So
Mm,
I keep on saying, don't rush the process, don't rush the process. Just do what you need to do as a trader. Just come to the charts, sit at the charts. When your model appears, just hit the button, close the charts. That's it.
yeah,
But
that's what I did.
they are complicating over stuff, bro. Like, bro, I need to make money today, bro. Bro, I need to make, bro. I lost $50, and I'll be saying, okay, so you lost $50, brother. I am in deep drawdown. I lost $2,000. Where will I go?
Yeah, no, and I can resonate that. I can resonate with that because at the start when I was like that. Like every trade kind of depends, on me making it as a trader or not.
Yeah,
And I was so desperate to get rid of the 9 to 5. Start doing night shifts and all that sort of stuff. But in the end, the process probably took way longer than I thought it should because of the mistakes that I made and the things that I tried to rush. And
yeah.
I think if I started again, I just would take my time and just not rush because ultimately it'll take you way longer than it should.
Ultimately, like rushing the process will eventually delay the process.
That's right, and that's what it did for me wholeheartedly. I believe that. But
Yeah,
a lot of the greatest traders, don't even make it to like the fifth, sixth,
60th.
10th year. Like if you're lucky, I think um, you can't be many traders who've been in the game for 2 or 3 years and are super super profitable.
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of time, and no one wants to be in the. That's why many people fail because no one wants to be in the game for 10 years before getting a payout.
No
Um,
one has what it takes.
yeah, I think
Like I heard a quote somewhere, like everybody has talent, but obsession beats talent every time.
every time, every time.
Yeah. Like the real question is, how are you obsessed in this game? To
That's
put
right.
in the extra hours, to blow accounts, to fail multiple times before
That's
even
right.
getting a single penny out of the market.
That's right, Magesh. And I think if I were to blow my accounts now, I would just start again with one account.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
I can
just do it
restart
again.
any day. That's the beauty
Yeah,
of this game.
yeah, just restart with one account. That's what I'd do.
Yeah, but
But
because people are seeing on, like, they are getting like influenced on through online, bro. I see a lot of people on online, on, let's say, forex. Like, they don't know, they don't, the people seeing them don't know whether they are trading a real account or not even a real trader. They see
mm,
just a P&L and thought, okay, I need to make it within 1 year. So they are setting timeline. So how you are seeing, if a person, let's say, for a person, let's say, like, I am coming to you and I'm saying, bro, I need to become profitable in 1 year. I need to make this much of money in 1 year. What will you say to me?
um, I would say, man, take a step back. Like what you see on X and what you see on Twitter and all that sort of stuff, and Facebook is not real life anyway. Like it takes years and years and years to get to that point. I think um, X in particular can get a bit overwhelming, especially for new traders who see people like JCap and Trader Kane and all these absolute animals of traders just making profit after profit. But what they probably didn't see in the years prior to that was them losing a lot and
Yeah,
them making so many mistakes and just to getting where they are now. And I
it took
think,
it took 10 years for Jade Cap.
yeah, and it's like, yeah, JCap took 10 years, right? And that guy is like one of the best traders in the industry. It
Yeah,
took him 10 years. And like, I think what people forget is that you didn't see the 9 years before that and the
yeah.
failure. Like,
You
and
haven't seen the night.
it took him 10 years to be an overnight success. Like, and that resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah, people just see the P&L and think, okay, I will make this amount, I will make this
Mm.
much money, I will this. Bro, you need to know what it takes for him to get to that level.
Oh, absolutely. But
Yeah,
I think the best way to look at it now is when you're in your day job and all that sort of stuff. Certainly, the way that I look at it still is like, what if I could make it began with like, what if I could just make enough to do one less day at work? What if I could just make enough to make 2 less days at work, or just pay for that dinner that we were going to go out for, or
yeah,
just pay for that extra grocery or all that sort of stuff. And I think that's a really good point of view to begin with. This is like, um, this game can give you freedom, but it can also give you it can
yeah.
also give you a lot of hell, a lot of
It,
hell,
sh- it shows
and
you freedom before hell. Sorry, it shows
it
hell
shows you
before
hell before
freedom.
freedom. And I think too many people quit before it gets to the freedom part.
Before even seeing the hell,
Yeah.
bro, people quit it halfway. Like, no,
Mm.
trading is not for me, I'm going out, bye bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they will say trading is a scam.
I'm sorry, I did.
Like, I will get so much angry when someone say that trading is a scam. I am putting in effort. I lost countless sleeps. I'm doing my work. I'm doing my reputation, and I make money. That's the money that I make is because of the work that I do when no one sees me.
That's right.
But you guys are easily calling trading is a scam.
Yeah. I mean, it happens over here, Magash, and the best way to do that is to just like, you know, everyone wants the outcome, but they don't want the process.
Process,
So I
yeah,
think the biggest thing that you can do is just live better by it and just keep your head down and keep going. And they're only going to ask questions when you pull up in your fucking Lambo.
yeah,
That's the only time they're going to ask questions, but they don't care otherwise. No, like they're not going to care. But when you pull up in your new Mercedes Benz or whatever car you like, that's when they're going
yeah,
to ask questions. How did you do that? And what they didn't
yeah,
see was the 8 years of work that you put in prior.
yeah. That's 10 years of work, bro.
Yeah, it's 10 years of work, bro. Yeah.
People are
Mm,
so dumb, bro.
mm.
Literally.
But we'll get there, Migesh. We'll
Yeah.
get there.
So I see a lot of traders. So me myself also. Okay. Sometimes I used to compare myself with the people that I'm seeing on online. Let's say, for example, so since the pairs that I'm trading are Euro USD, XA USD on the London session, and later NY, I'm new to futures. So this year only I started to trade futures. So I'm a newbie in futures, but I have a 1 year experience in forex market. So sometimes there will be weeks where I don't even get a single setup on forex. But when I go to Twitter, every day there will be some random guys taking trades on the same Euro USD. So sometimes, like 1 year in the game, also sometimes the emotion will take over. Like I will start to compare myself. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. My model is there is some flaw in my model. How these guys are taking the trades when I'm not even getting a single trade on the same pair. So have you ever dealt with these kind of feelings?
Yeah, and I still get those feelings from time to time. Even like when I'm seeing so many successful quarterly theory traders as well. Especially like I used to get a lot of FOMO because I don't trade New York typically, and I used to get a lot of FOMO because so many people are getting such
Trade.
nice setups in New
Yeah.
York, and day says that 9 to 10:30 is the best time to trade. Um, Especially Q3 is the best time for him to trade, and like I used to get FOMO a lot, and that's kind of gone off now ever since I found my model. But I think I still get caught into the trap of comparing myself to other traders online, and all the good ones. Like I mean, Elijah in triads very good. You got Platty and Lawson in triads, some Stellan and all these wonderful traders in triads, and who've all come out of days mentorship like Castro and all that sort of stuff. They're absolutely fantastic traders, and like when you see them be successful and maybe you've had a bad week, you tend to compare yourself, well, why didn't I have a good
Yeah.
week as them? But like the reality is like you're going to have good weeks and they're going to have bad weeks too,
Garbage.
and like it doesn't really matter because they don't care about me and like I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Like we're just all trying to do the same thing in these markets, and that is make money and just help people along the way if we can.
Yeah.
and like I think that's really important.
Yeah, because when we are in our conscious state, we know, okay, so they had a good week, I had a bad week, that's it. But the subconscious mind will keep on questioning our existence. Like, are
Mm.
you a real trader? So what are you doing? How are you gonna make it? Have you ever had any thoughts like, so you in 4 to 5 years in the game, right? So are you still getting the thoughts that are you gonna make it? Are you become a better trader?
No, I think that's all pretty much transpired now, and I think you really got to have a positive mindset, especially when you do have bad weeks, to just say that this is a long game and it's not a
Yeah,
short term game. This is a long game,
yeah,
and I think the longer you stick in it, the eventually the better you'll get. But certainly in the third, fourth, third or fourth year, like trading LCT and starting quarterly theory, like I mean, I've had way more doubts about myself
yeah.
than
Because
positive moments. Like I've
because
had
I've
far more.
yeah,
I've blown multiple accounts. I've lost so much money, and like it's hard to come back from that. That trauma that you cause yourself, like as well now when you trade, you can still feel that sometimes. You can still
yeah.
feel that. Hey, like you can still remember that time you blew that account or blew thousands of dollars, whatever. You still remember that. It's never going to go away, but it's your job to kind
The
of.
voice is never shut. The voice is never
um,
shut.
Yeah, but it's like I think eventually you just become a better loser,
Yeah,
and I think that's what it's all
yeah.
about.
I heard a
Losing
book.
well.
I heard a book called with the name Best Loser Win.
Yeah, Tom Hogarth.
This
That's a fantastic book.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
it's a
book also.
really good, really good. Yeah, and he talks about like he's one of the best traders in the world to ever do it. And he talks about moments of moments of doubt, and he talks about those sort of really very those periods where you're going through a drought and not making much money, and like it's so normal. It's completely normal. At the time, you think that it's not normal and that you should be making money, but like if one of the best traders in the world who work for multiple hedge funds in 30 years of the game is telling you that that's normal, it probably is. You
We should put our heads
probably
down and
listen.
listen.
Probably
Okay.
listen. Yeah.
So another thing, because the 1 year in the game, I'm in this game for like 1.5 years now, as of now. So and I'm a full-time trader also. So I'm don't have a job, but I really want to go to a job.
Mm.
This business is causing me a lot of stress. So even eventually, I would have requested $1,000 or $2,000 payout, let's say last week. So this week I would have had a bad day or a bad week. Like the trades will be stop losses or hitting my stop losses and then going for profit. So those kind of days really mess up my sleep cycle. Like I can't even sleep at nights.
Mm.
Really. So the inner thought is keep on questioning me whether am I gonna make myself in this business? Am I gonna succeed? Am I gonna make money? Am I gonna retire my parents? So these sort of questions keep on asking me, and I can't even get a proper sleep. Also, my sleep cycle is cooked. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So eventually, I will be sleeping. As soon as the thoughts comes, that's it. 1 hour into sleep, and I'm back to charts. 1 hour
That's
into
gold.
sleep, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I need to do something. Let's cook on the charts. At the
Yeah.
time, the
Yeah.
market even won't be moving, like
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, so the market closes on India on Friday 2:30 a.m., which means Saturday. It's technically Saturday. So I will be going to sleep at 1 a.m. Let's say, for example, I'll be sleeping at 1 a.m. Suddenly 3:30, the thought will come, and then I'll be sitting at the charts, staring at the charts at 3:30 on a random Saturday when markets are not even moving.
Mm.
So, did you had any one of those days during
Yeah.
your early stages?
Yeah.
And how
Many.
did you manage it? And how did you overcome or manage that?
I think well, my sleep cycle was kind of fucked anyway because I never sleep. So so I never really yeah. I look it's and like um those sort of moments. I don't think for me anyway. Especially, I mean, I'm only really 5 years into this, and it's still to me that's still pretty fresh. And like those moments haven't really gone away. They've just got less as you
Yeah,
become more profitable when you stop worrying about like when the next trade like can't imagine how hard that must be for you and for other traders who just rely on this in the beginning anyway for income because it is really hard when a setup might not show up on the day and like it's really hard not to press a button on those
Yeah.
times. And I think, yeah, man, you probably just need to drink yourself to sleep or something, you know?
I need to see
No,
a doctor.
but you see a doctor or something, bro. That's an obsession. But I think that's a really good sign of someone who's obsessed, and I think that's never really going to go away, Magesh, because I think the more successful you get, the more work I feel like I need to put in because I think that's where people become successful and then they stop putting the work in they did to become successful and then they don't stay successful. So I think I don't think that little thing in your ear, Magesh, is going to go away ever because
Nah, nah.
it's never gone away for me in this 5 year time. It's never gone away because I'm so passionate about it as well. But like, um, it's a really difficult one to answer because I think that depends on person to person. But
Yeah.
certainly for me, getting up and just I don't think getting on charts is particularly the answer. I think it's getting up, reading a book, or like
Go out,
sometimes
touch grass.
I would go to the gym at 1 a.m. just to like hit a workout.
No,
Sometimes I would do that.
no, I'm not saying that you need to be staring at the charts. I'm saying those thoughts is not letting me sleep.
Mm.
So I don't
Yeah.
have anywhere to go. So in India, there won't be any gym at 2 a.m. and all.
See me, I got a 20. There's 24. There's a lot of 24-hour gyms in Australia. So like,
Yeah,
I
you
would
are
just
blessed.
honestly, dude, I'm about 1 minute drive to the gym from
Oh,
here, and I can go at 1 a.m. if I want to.
okay.
And I would do that quite often. Like, and I still kind of do that sometimes, especially if I can't sleep after a night shift and stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but I think that's a really difficult one to answer, Magesh. It's a totally personal one.
yeah,
But yeah, those thoughts never really go away. And even now, like even last night when I went to bed, like I had this thought process about my model, and I'm like, I can't wait to backtest it tomorrow, and all this sort of stuff. And like, what if I forget it? I have to get up now, and all this sort of stuff.
yeah.
But I think it's trying to find that healthy balance, and certainly trading shouldn't take all of you.
So yeah, we need to have a life outside of trading.
Yeah, that's right.
So without that, it will get nasty. Because
Mm,
I personally faced that. Because when I'm getting into trading, I just cutted everything. Like no contacts. I cutted all my friends. I stopped going out. I stopped partying. I stopped drinking. I stopped everything. I just went all in. Like 1.5 years, I didn't even leave my room and all. I just closed the room and I sit at the chats all day.
yeah, yeah.
Because I got into trading because on 2023 or 2024 mid, I'm not
Mm,
sure what time it is. That time only Andrew Tate popped up.
mm,
So after seeing him, I saw okay because my father used to do stock market. Okay, so he's an Indian stock market. He was doing something, but he was in total loss only. So he didn't even make a single penny. He lost so much money. So when I was studying eighth grade, so I got to know okay, there is a thing called trading. I got into this trading business because of how the markets are working. Like how can someone time the market? How can someone catch the whole move and how can they predict the market? Like is there a way to predict the market? So with that way only I was came into trading. But once I go joined college, I lost track. So I started to go out, lost my like I totally lost my purpose in my life. So I was going partying, going out, teaching classes, and getting like failing in subjects. So I was like that. At that time only, Andrew Tate popped up. So he just sparked the fire which was sleeping inside me. So once I got to know, okay, this is not right for me. So I need to find the purpose. What is my purpose? Okay, so this is my purpose. Then I started coming to trading, and I totally like. Eventually, I lost my social skill itself because for 1 year I was locked inside a basement, like kind of a basement, and I was sharing chats all day. So I don't even have any social contact as of now. I have only online friends. I don't even see a friend in real time because it's just like it destroyed me. Chats literally destroyed my mental health. But that's part of the game. That's the cost of doing business. So I treat it this way. Like how would you suggest me anything? Like if a person is getting into trading means he will also go through the same thing.
mm.
Like he
I
will cut
think
out everything.
yeah. I don't think you said. I don't think you have to. cut out everything, right? But I think you need to be disciplined in everything you do in every aspect of your life. And I think having discipline in your spiritual point of view and having discipline in your health and your gym work and all that sort of stuff, I think is going to help with your trading. I mean, unfortunately, you'll know that, especially reading from other successful people, is that a lot of them go through this period of isolation, and this the lonely chapter. And then Alex Samosi talks about it all the time. It's the
Yeah.
lonely chapter where you're not going to see your friends, you're not going to go out, you're not going to drink. It's just part of the game, because at the end of the day, like, I've talked to my friends about this, but they don't fucking get it. They
Yeah.
don't understand. So I don't like I still hang out with my friends every now and then, but like, I'm older. We're all very old. They all have, they're all married and all that sort of stuff. A bit older than you, but like, my brother's overseas doing the same thing. He's trading as well.
Yeah.
He lives in Austria and Vienna, so he's
Okay.
trading. Yeah, but Duality.
Yeah.
That's him. That's my
Oh.
brother. It's my actual
Ah,
brother. Yeah.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
I
he's
was I was
he's
literally like watching when Duality tweets. He also go on retweet or he also comment under his tweet. So now it makes sense. Yeah, both are beast. You are doing
yeah.
London model and he is doing the same.
He's New York. He's in New York.
Yeah,
He's the because like in Europe the time's awesome. So like London's at like 9 a.m. in the morning, and then New York's at
New
like
York will be
12
afternoon.
p.m. It's like
Yeah,
it's really good for him. But yeah, man, I think in the beginning no one's gonna understand you, and
yeah,
there's no point even trying, like, getting people to understand you. But I think um, having a social life and having things outside of trading that you're disciplined with will certainly help you a lot. I think getting to the gym, even just going for a run, man. I think it's heavily important.
yeah,
Like, I make a habit when before I back test, I put myself first. I put my health first, because if I'm not healthy, then like, how am I
then
going to be
there's
healthy
no
on the
point of
charts?
making money.
Like, yeah, that's right. That's another thing too, and I think that comes from my job as well. I see a lot of injury and death most days, so it's like
Yeah,
no one really cares how much money they have when on their deathbed. So no,
health is more than wealth.
but like, it's my job to be to be healthy for my partner and for my family and
Yeah,
for myself, and I think that resonates in your trading. And I think that if you're not looking after yourself first, your trading's just going to be shit. So I
yeah.
think, man,
I
I
read
think
I read it somewhere like your personal life will impact or took a toll in your professional life. Like how you are handling yourself outside charts will reflect when you are inside the charts.
mm,
Like
yeah, I
taking
think
care of ourselves, everything.
there's a really good trader on X. His name's Pax Trader.
Tax.
And Pax, yeah, I'll send you the link after all
Ah,
this.
sure.
But he worked in the pit in Wall Street for 30 years. Was one of the greatest traders on Wall Street. Made millions and millions of dollars, and he tells about this story where he lost everything on a trade. Then he tried to short the Nasdaq, and it just kept going up and up and up. As a limit down on the Nasdaq, he lost everything. This guy had his BMW and his wife and two kids. Was camping in his car after making
Okay.
millions and millions of dollars, and then losing everything. And then he had to start from scratch again. And sure enough, he's a multimillionaire again. But he talks about at the age of in his mid 50s, he had a heart attack, and he talked about not looking after himself because of trading. And now he preaches every time about his faith and his trading and his wife and his health, how all that comes number one before his trading, and how that's made him a better trader effectively. So I think if someone like that impacts, or somebody can tell that, and with the success, the pride that he had, I think it's very important to listen to those type of people.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think you should certainly put your health first, and then
Health first.
continue that. Man, I think you know, um, in some ways, backtesting sometimes can be a bit therapeutic because nothing else matters.
just just put on
Yeah,
a headset, open the charts,
just put on a
and
headset, put
start.
on some music, and
That's it.
open the charts.
That's it. So
Mm.
one last question before I let you go because it's already 50 minutes. I don't want to waste your time anymore.
Nah, you're fine, brother. You're fine.
Okay. So after trading, like you learn trading now, okay? So you are making money. what is life outside trading? Like, what is the end goal that you call?
I don't feel like I even have an end goal with trading. I feel like it's something that I want to, a skill that I want to possess, so I can pass down onto my family and pass down onto other people. I don't want them to have to. I don't want. I want to be that person in my family tree that didn't want people to worry about money, because that's most of people's problems all the time.
Yeah,
That was my sort of influence. And at the start, it was never really about the Lambos and stuff for me. It was more like changing my life and changing my family's life and my partner's life and all that sort of stuff. But
taking
I
care
feel
of
like
the loved
the
ones.
end goal for me, essentially, I mean, like I've got so many goals with trading, and I mean, you can say 100K in payouts, all that sort of stuff. Everyone's got those goals, but eventually I want to be able to mentor people and help people with this, and just make people better traders. And I'm certainly not the best trader yet. Like I'm not even close to where I want to be. Everything that I do still needs work, constant work every day. I'm not gonna preach here and say I've had multiple thousands and thousands of dollars of payouts, because I
No.
haven't. I've only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
But I'm certainly well on my way if I do all the right things and manage my risk properly. But yeah, man, that's kind of the goal for me, really.
Yeah, because there are some people who think, okay, $100K, $1 million payout, $1 million live accounts, and that will be
Mm,
my end goal. But I see that there is no end goal in trading.
no, and
Eventually,
that's
you will,
that's probably the problem, Nagesh. And that, like, I mean, us humans are always going to want more anyway.
yeah,
1 million is going to turn into 3 million in payouts. 3 million is going to turn into 5 million. 5 million is going to turn into 10 million or whatever. But I think the goal for me was always to just be able to have the freedom of time that trading would give me.
yeah.
Freedom to be able to choose where I want to be and do the things that I want to do. And because all the people say they want to escape the 9 to 5 to trading, but while you're doing a nine to
But
five
they
back
they
to
are they are putting 24/7 on trading.
yeah, yeah,
Like they say that okay, I came into trading because I want freedom, but they are spending all their time on the charts itself.
yeah, that's right,
So
that's
there
right,
is no point of making. There is no point really called financial freedom.
that's right,
Like
that's
you
right,
have money, but eventually you are gonna trade. You are trading your freedom for the same money.
that's right.
So my I see trading. Okay, I just want to be in the game. That's it. I
Mm,
don't have an end goal on not a fixed number like 100 million, 200 million. I just want to be in the game. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna open charts. I'm gonna trade. That's it. So there
yeah,
is
that's right,
not an end goal as a trader for me because the markets are gonna be here even if I'm dead.
that's right. They ain't
So
going
there is
anywhere.
yeah, the markets ain't going anywhere. If I'm not
Mm,
trading today, okay, no problem. I'm gonna trade tomorrow.
mm,
So there is no setup for me today. There is a setup for me tomorrow. No setup the next day. That's it. The
yeah,
markets ain't gonna
absolutely.
nowhere, and I'm not gonna go nowhere. It's
Mm.
just the emotions that like limiting us. And
Everything.
I wanna touch another topic called how you see how you are playing the risk management. Like what will be your risk appetite?
My risk,
Yeah, your risk appetite
my risk.
management, your risk management.
Oh, how's my risk?
How you handle your risk.
Oh, sure. So on evils, I typically take a lot more risk than I would usually,
Okay.
especially London one, because it doesn't typically show up every day, but usually once or twice a week. But typically, um, you have a month before your subscription ends, right? And before you do a rebill.
Yeah.
Um, and I think to me, in the beginning, it didn't really make any sense, but now it makes more sense when I'm trying to pass an evil. It's just to take a bigger risk. So um, I'll usually risk 1 to 2 on an evil, right? So I'll do so it's a PSP hive Q. I'll measure out the PSP and the point 0.5 or whatever, and then
Yeah.
I'll risk 1 R and then try and get 2 R and do 2 contracts. So
Yeah.
essentially, I'm risking so for example, like I'm risking 250 to get $500. So that's I'll always or usually always do 1 to 2 on an evil and just aim for base hits,
Yeah.
because no one cares like how you pass the evil, just if you pass it. Right? And then on my funded accounts, I just usually one ES contract during
Yeah.
London, and I only have a risk like one. I usually have like a what do you call the MLL, like a daily loss limit of $200.
Yeah.
And typically that's like in London anyways, typically like a 4 to 5 handle stop
Okay.
on with one ES contract.
Okay.
And then I'll aim for usually 3R or the Asia low, usually.
Okay.
And that's how I got my payouts in January, February, and March.
So on evaluation, you'll be risking like heavy, like one
I
to two
risk pretty
percent,
heavy. 1 to 2. I just risk
because
heavy.
the evaluation is not even our money. It's not gonna
It's not
pay us
even our
anything.
money. It's not our
Yeah,
money.
we just
Like,
want to make it funded. That's it.
and like, um, I think if you pick your trades accordingly and if you pick them correctly, you can have that pass within at least a week.
Yeah, because people don't even find their model.
Yeah,
Like they
and I
don't
would
even
think
have a winning model, but they
I
will be
think
risking 3 to 4%.
and I think the biggest trick also to with funded companies is the fucking consistency rule.
Yeah,
Like
that
like
shit's right the
like
ass, bro.
I think I told you about my funding ticks account. So yesterday I thought I passed it, but I'm not
Okay.
even like I've like so I reached the profit target of 3,000, and I've got to make another like 1,500 for the consistency
Yeah, to
rule,
meet the consistency.
and I'm like, oh, I can't even be bothered, like like but yeah, yeah, it's I think getting an account with no consistency rule to me makes more sense, especially when you're risking a bit more and making a lot more
Yeah.
in specific trades. But I just I just risk one and try and make two. One
Yeah.
to like I think base hits for an evil is much better.
Yeah, I guess our goal is to make the account as soon as funded,
That's right,
because we
and I
never
think
know when the company is gonna get shut down.
and that's the thing, right? We don't know how long these companies are going to last,
Yeah, just take
but
what it gives before it leaves.
but one thing is that I think about too is that like look how many funded companies are lasting, and that to me like that means a lot of that means a lot of traders are failing.
Yeah,
Like a lot of traders are failing because if it wasn't for traders failing, these companies
we
wouldn't
won't
be
be getting
existing.
any payouts.
There'd be no companies getting any business. Like the fact that Apex can pay out JCap 2 million and not even scratch the surface is incredible.
Because
Like
there will be like 1 million people who lost the money, like
that's
who
right.
haven't made to a live account.
That's right.
That's
That's
how the payout has been processed.
100%, hundred
Yeah,
percent. But yeah, I think 1 to 2 is a really good to aim for, because
yeah,
you only really need like a 40% win rate or something to get 1 to 2, and then
yeah.
you're
Shadow,
okay.
Shadow, right? Essential Shadow.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah, he was also saying the same thing. You don't need to catch the whole fucking move. Just take a 1:1 size up. That's what
Mm,
he has been saying. Just size up. It's not even your money.
yeah, that's
What are
right.
you fearing of? If you trust your model and you have a defined system, means why are you fearing? Just
Mm,
take 1:1. That's it. Go for as soon as make your account live.
that's right.
Like
Yeah.
he said that he's also a 1:1.5 trader only. Like he don't
Mm,
need to catch the whole movie. He just need to catch some part of it. That's it.
yeah, that's
Like
right.
a 3 candle or 4 candle. That's it. He is out.
Mm,
People are thinking that I need to make like 10 or a 20 or a trade, but they are not even getting the point. Like
yeah.
like how I see is the RR is not matter. The capital
Mm,
is. Like if I'm handling like 10 or $1 million funded account, means I don't even need to catch the 10 RR trade. I just need to catch a 1:1. That's all. I make a $10,000 payout, 1%. That's it. That's it. But people in India, basically, I don't have enough knowledge about how other people will do. But people in India think that they want to make high RR trades, like they want to catch like 10 RR, 20 RR, 30 RR. But they are not understanding the point that RR is not matter. What
yeah,
matters is how good your system is. Like even if you have a 50% win rate also, 1:1, you are still profitable.
mm,
You just need a win rate above 50 and a 1:2 RR. That's it. You are good to go.
yeah. And I can't. So I went through my journal in I think May and June this year, a couple of weeks ago, and I can't tell you how many times I was in profit about 2 to 3R and looking for the Asia low,
Yeah.
and
You
it
mentioned to
coming,
me.
yeah,
You
and
mentioned
coming
to me.
straight back to me. So that's when it all kind of like, now I just aim for 2R, and that's enough. You don't need
Yeah.
the whole move.
That's more
But
than good when we
I
have
think
a
you have
nice
to
win.
eventually you just work that out for yourself, Nagesh.
Yeah, it's for individual only.
Yeah,
Like sometimes I'll be okay with 1:1, sometimes I'll be okay with 1:2, sometimes 1:3. It purely depends on market experience only, if I'm not wrong. Like we can't put a fixed tag on a trade. Sometimes we think that 1:2 is good for us. But those are the times, let's say for example, suddenly a random trade will be popping up. It will be like a 1:5, like a whole daily candle expansion. At the time we can't close it to our
yeah,
like our mind won't allow us to close it to our because we know clearly the market is gonna hit the highs. And it is a 5 hour trade. So we'll be
yeah.
sitting for the whole move.
Mm.
Sometimes there will be expansion, sometimes there won't be expansion. So I guess this is like a gray area where it depends according to each person and how much they understand how market is operating. The more chart experience, the more the better. One last question before I let you go. What will you like what will you give to a person who is starting out, let's say for at the age of 21? He's getting into trading. He's starting out freshly out of college.
Mm.
What advice would you give for him? Like a 5 pointers, any 5 pointers?
5 pointers.
Yeah,
I think number one would be don't rush. There's no rush to um, there's no rush to make a whole lot of money. Um, Number two would be get a job and find out what the real world is like. Um, Number three would be when when you feel comfortable passing a demo account, that's when you can move on to a starting one funded account. And don't be overzealous with the funded account. Just trade one and focus on passing one account. Don't try copy trading a couple because this can get quite expensive. Four would be backtest your ass off. Backtest as much as you can. Find something that repeats most days and just get really good at that one thing. And then find that thing and then find out whether it's fractal in other times of the day if you really want to. But pick a time of day, stick with it, and don't uh, don't hesitate to just don't hesitate. Um, and then five, I don't really know, man. It's gotta join various discords. You
yeah,
know?
we will be live streaming every
follow,
Thursday.
follow Magesh.
Alright, bro.
Hit that like and subscribe button for
Yeah.
Magesh.
Thank you so much, brother. Thanks for your time,
No, I appreciate your
and I
time,
really
Magesh.
appreciate
You
you
know,
being
it's
coming
nice
to
to
the podcast.
it's nice to put a face to the name, brother.
Yeah.
Just, look after yourself, man. I hope you have some luck during New York. I'll be up for New York, and
Nah, bro. I'm going for a movie.
oh, beautiful,
I'm
beautiful,
going
even
out.
better.
I don't want to sit at the chat.
Nah, you need to go out, bro.
I need therapy.
You need some therapeutic moviness.
Yeah. Sorry,
All
bro. It
right,
was
bro.
nice talking to you. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Take care, Magesh. Look after yourself,
Yeah.
brother.
Take
All
care,
right,
bro.
buddy. Bye,
Bye bye.
bye.
I came, I saw.